Welcome to Spirit Talks, because your spirit talks to you. Hello and welcome to Spirit Talks. I'm Susie Beiler.
And I'm Maximilliam Haver.
Today's Spirit Talk topic is pride.
Thanks for joining us and enjoy.
So Max, I once told you that I was proud of myself for how far I'd come, and you corrected me.
Now, this is because of how pride is an energy and an idea that tends to mess things up when we're celebrating, when we're honoring certain things that we've accomplished. What it is that pride is a reflection on the past from the present and saying that you're worth more than your energy is currently expressed. So this is saying that you're above others in some way. Or the negative version of this would be shame, where you're saying that you're worth less than others.
Now, if I feel proud of myself for something that I've accomplished or because of how much I've transformed or whatever, why does that have to mean that I'm putting myself above someone else just because I'm feeling proud of myself?
Well, and this is why pride was often referenced as the most deceptive sin. It's a energy that tries to separate one from others, right? And it attaches to all these positive feelings. And so it's very tricky to discern as why you see people, celebrating and honoring and all these things, and then they get this inflated self-worth, and all of a sudden they're treating people different. And so it's understanding that energy, and I mean, we associate it with that word pride, and that is sort of like a collectively agreed energy associated with it. Can you put other energies with it? Perhaps you can, but that's just understanding when someone's engaging with that energy as to what is happening, as to how it can lead to these things.
So if I desire that my dad would tell me that he's proud of me, does that mean that I want him to elevate me in some way? Like, is there something underneath that desire?
Well, usually what people are actually desiring is to be honored, to be celebrated, to be recognized, to be heard, to be cared for, to just be in someone's presence, engaged with. It's all these other things that they're actually wanting. The pride is what has been sort of a popularized energy, sort of like this cohesive expression of that. But then it's also adding this elevated energy because I've received all these things. I'm now above others, or because I didn't receive all of these things, I'm now below others. It's this contrast comparative energy that tries to separate your energy from others. Is what it's really. It's a polarity energy.
It's very interesting because I never thought of it that way until we had that conversation, and I still, I'll catch myself saying or thinking, I'm really proud of myself for how far I've come. And I guess what I'm really saying is I'm celebrating myself for how much I've transformed, for all the things that I've accomplished. And that way there's not the deceptive quality to the energy.
Yeah, so this is whenever you're celebrating others, recognize that you're not trying to separate their energy with that same deceptive quality of pride. Make sure it's honoring, celebrating, jubilation, joy, all these things, but make sure it's not that, oh, now you're worth more as this person I look up to. You're different, you're separate. Like that causes that idolization of individuals. And it's actually interesting is some of those individuals remark how lonely they feel because they feel like, everyone's put this energy of separation around them.
I've even told my clients from time to time that I'm proud of them when they share a victory with me. So instead, what I could say is, I celebrate you, I honor you.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's excellent. And so with that understanding, that helps work through also the ego taking that self-valuing energy of separation and running with it.
Yeah,
So
pride comes before a fall.
yes. So this is obviously expressed a lot with some masculine qualities, but also some feminine qualities, where if the pride energy and the ego are enmeshed together, they'll start acting as though they no longer have the same value for other people, so they start treating them they start mistreating them in a variety of ways.
It's interesting. Pride does feel sort of like a false masculine energy. When I say false, I mean a masculine energy that's not a sacred masculine energy.
Yeah. Well, and in a way, it is a type of masculine energy because it is a focused energy in that respect. It is a focused energy on an individual, saying that this individual is valued different. And so they're to be valued more or valued less. And that also goes into negative pride or positive. So we've been talking about pride in this inflating value. The deflated value is shame, where you've not received the pride. Often you go into shame because you're engaging with the same energy, and this is the polar opposite of that separation. So instead of separating yourself above, you're now separating yourself below others.
Interesting. Well, shame would be an excellent topic for one of these conversations. Well, this has been very interesting. I still sort of have trouble wrapping my mind around it. It's such a new way for me to look at this word and this concept. But you have very valuable, or I should say, and you have very valuable insights. So thank you for sharing them with us.
You're welcome.
All right, everyone. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you in the next episode.
May you share your time with each equally.